my dad's make it hurt.
Hello, my dear friend. Welcome to the knowledge booth of FranklinOK. This is another episode where we are going to look at what is happening in our continent. My dear friend, do you know that we have about 53 million youth, 53 young Africans who are neither in employment, neither in education, neither in training? In reality, it means that when you pick 5 youth, 1 out of 5 is neither in employment, neither in education, neither in training. This is critical. It looks like sheep without a shepherd. These young people have no hope. If you look at the statistic critically, also according to the International Labour Organization, every year we have about 12 million graduates that are entering the job markets. And formal job employment available in Africa is about 3 million. 12 million fresh graduates. How do we deal with this situation? And for us to look at it critically and look at the hope and some of the opportunities that are coming, I have in-house today a very good friend who is also championing how we can get the youth to be able to do something more dignifying and fulfilling in terms of job. So today I have with me Boris Ngala from Cameroon. Boris, you are welcome to the knowledge book of FranklinOK.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you immensely for hosting me on Knowledge Booth by FranklinOK. It's a great pleasure for me being here today. Thank you.
Boris, looking at this, the statistics that were given, how does it reflect your country of Cameroon? 53 million youth, neither in employment, neither in education, neither in training, and 12 million young people who graduate every year in Africa, but the formal job sector can offer just about 3 million jobs. How do you see this? Does the story reflect what is happening in Cameroon?
I think it is even way worse when it comes to the case of Cameroon. I'll just run through some numbers and data so that you get to understand how critical the situation is. I call it the monster of unemployment. Thank you immensely for giving me this opportunity to express or address this monster of unemployment. In Cameroon, our universities, that's public universities, churns out 5,000 graduates yearly. And the government has the capacity, of recruiting just 3,000. No, I think the numbers are 50,000 graduates yearly. We have 50,000 graduates yearly. The government, in its capacity, with all its goodwill, has a capacity of recruiting 3,000 graduates every year. Let's say the private sector, with all what they do, absorb about 2,000 in their numbers. So we have 5,000 that have been taken off unemployment, frustration, and job scarcity. Right now, looking at it, the numbers speaks for itself. So in reality, we have 495,000 approximately every year of graduates that are unemployed with lack of direction, and they are engulfed in frustration. This is critical. That means if we go back memory lane 10 years ago, a decade ago, we are talking about Cameroon alone owning over 10% of
the numbers we are looking at.
The numbers the continent is presenting as its overall unemployment rate. That is unacceptable. It is almost unbelievable, but that is our reality. And we cannot depend on the government to do this alone, to address this monster of unemployment alone. That is why initiatives have to come up. That is why the youth have to think not just out of the box, because I believe there is no box. You have to just think. You have to act. You have to act and act now. Because look at it. The number speaks for itself. 497,000 unemployed.
So, looking at this, if you look at the World Economic Forum, the World Economic Forum report also shares that, by 2050, Africa will be a home to the large number of youth that the world has not seen. It means that there's hope for African youth. The world will be looking at Africa to provide the manpower for it. So what is coming now, my Africa? What hope is there for the youth of Africa, from Cameroon, from Ghana, from Nigeria, from Namibia, from South Africa? What hope is there? Is there something that is coming up that we can be able to tap on or tap into to help the youth of Africa?
As we delve into my Africa virtual accelerator, we started from somewhere, which is, of course, just a physical incubation center where we nurtured entrepreneurs, we empowered entrepreneurs, we gave them the right skills. And most importantly, I believe that the change Africa needs starts from here, the mindset. Every youth in Africa needs a reshufflement of the mind. The change we need will be radical, and for it to be, or for us to achieve that change, it has to start with a change of mindset. So we've been tackling this issue beginning from the change of mindset to the acquisition of the right skills, upskill, and youth empowerment, entrepreneurial programs that empower the youth with the basics that helps them to face their day-to-day life. Now, that was through an initiative that I started, which, of course, thanks to you for helping us, with drafting the business plan, with asking us $0. You asked for nothing and you did that for us. That was in 2021, and we are forever grateful to you, sir, for what you did. So again, going back to how we started, the impact we have effected on the ecosystem in Cameroon, that I speak as not just as an incubator's founder, but as the vice president of the national incubation structure of Cameroon. That I have seen a lot of things that have been done positively. I've seen a change in the education sector. I've seen a change in the entrepreneurial sector. I've seen a total shift in the business ecosystem. I mean, beginning from the interns that we train to the entrepreneurs that we empower, the startup founders that we gave funding, seed funding, how they started from just one step and now they have covered miles of growth, so to speak. That's a testament on its own. Now, coming to Africa, emanating from Cameroon, I'm limited because there is border, because there is, there have to be a physical structure, a physical presence. But now that is the reason why we came together and we thought to do something that is borderless, to do something that cut across the boundaries, that bridge, that unites Africa. And we thought to ourselves, what can we do? That is the place where my Africa Virtual Accelerator was birthed. Now, the birth of my Africa Virtual Accelerator was purposely because Africa, being what it is, can grow and achieve a lot of impacts on its youth through unity. And the Virtual Accelerator is bringing all and sundry, is bringing people from Mali, from South Africa, from Gambia, from Central African region, from Burkina Faso, from Chad, anyone that has, even just from idea, because we do idea validation, an MVP level, those that want to scale their startup, they are already doing well and they want to scale. My Africa gives them tools, necessary tools, and not just necessary tools, the coaching that goes in there, exposing them to the right information that helps them to be able to have what it takes. And also, on top of that, the access to credible investors.
Okay.
That can, because we cannot talk about.
So my Africa is a whole package.
Exactly.
That is looking at providing acceleration, training, capacity building, validation, investments.
Exactly.
These are quite critical for the youth of Africa.
Africa needs money. At the end of the day, money talks and whatever. They use the other word, I will not use it. You see, we need money, we need investment in order to scale. In fact, at some point, somebody just needs just a few dollars in order to start up a chips business or whatever thing that they're doing from ideas. Somebody just needs some few dollars to start up a pressing to a laundry business. Somebody needs just a few dollars in order to buy a domain name to start up a website or something. Somebody needs money, some few dollars, and without this, Africa has been handicapped. That is why it is important to say that My Africa is here to give access to funding, and not access to funding, but to credible investors.
Amazing. So when should the youth of Africa be looking forward to this new concept of virtual accelerator called My Africa? When should the people of South Africa, Kenya, Mali, Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, when should they be looking out for this opportunity?
We are already in February as we speak. February is going to an end, and the year has just started. It's running very fast. We can't even delay anymore. Applications will be open before the end of this month. We will open, a call for applications will be done. And, from wherever you find yourself as an African, feel free. It's not just for Africans that are living in Africa. It's also to say that as an African that you are somewhere doing something and you really want to impact the African business ecosystem, you can still apply. But the condition is that you will have to have your business in Africa.
Okay.
So before the end of this month, applications will be open.
So tentatively, so the youth of Africa, if you are watching us from whichever country, in South Africa, in Ghana, in Kenya, in Liberia, in Sierra Leone, wherever you are watching us from, be ready. Just follow our YouTube channel, visit our website, FranklinOK.com. We'll be giving more updates on My Africa, a virtual accelerator, which is just hitting the African continent. And look out for me. For me, I'll give myself to the lights at the end of March. The people of Africa should look out for this. It's mind-blowing, it's transformative, and I believe that once you take advantage, it will be an open door for you. We need to reduce the graduate unemployment situation. We need to reduce the needs statistic that we have in Africa, where 53 million young people are neither in employment, neither in education, neither in training. Look out for it. The Knowledge Booth will continuously bring you resources that will change the dynamics of Africa. My dear young people, stay glued, keep sharing, keep subscribing, and let's follow through. And I believe that once you share this idea with somebody else, you may be transforming a life in Africa. Thank you very much. And Boris, thank you so much for coming. And we believe in the idea of My Africa and all the brains that are behind My Africa. We want to assure you that Africa is ready. For My Africa is an idea whose time has come. Thank you.